Hey.
Look who I have with me today, guys. I'm sure the alerts will go out, so we'll get more people coming in. But I'm still seeing the countdown on YouTube, so that is a lag.
That is a lag.
Oh, wait, I think it just popped up. Well, hello, everybody. Welcome back to Ask a Reseller, where I do this once a month. And my very, very, very special guests today are Tim and Jerry with Vintage and VINO and Tiger with TIGER.TIMELESS.TREASURES. I am so happy you guys agreed to come on with me today. I look up to both of you guys' channels. I always watch. I learn a lot. I may not be able to chat 24/7, but I love the way you guys run your channels, and I like the way that your chat loves you. That's what I mean, you know, right? The people in your chat just love you guys so much. And I know we're gonna have lots of questions. I have some questions prepared as well for you guys. So I am excited, and I'm still not seeing him. There we go. All right, sorry. I keep having to switch over. Yeah, nobody.
No, I don't see any chat.
Okay, I'm just making sure it's not on my end. I hope that's not a YouTube thing. I see 9 people.
Yeah.
Say something, folks, so we know you're there.
Yeah, if you guys are here, say something.
Hey,
Hello,
Anna.
Okay. So we know that is working. Hello, Anna. So good to see you.
Now we know it's working.
Yeah, right? That's so weird. But the alerts will go out. Don't be shy. Say hello.
Yeah, say hello. We're not going to bite you.
You tell her hello, Carol. Okay.
Hi, Carol.
Hi, Carol.
All right. Now I'm feeling a little bit better. I'm like, what is going on? Why is
I know.
Hey, it's happened to us. We've done live sales where we're like 10 minutes goes by, like, where is everybody?
Well, I know YouTube was kind of being funny earlier today, so I was hoping that it would all be cleared up by the time that we came on, but looks like okay. I see Tiger. Yay. Okay, good.
Howdy, Tiger.
Tiger's here. Tiger's in the chat. Yay. All right.
Yay.
So I am going to bring up each one individual, and FYI, we're not selling anything. So this is just a way. I came up with this just as a way for you guys, our buyers, our friends, our people in the chat to get to know us better. I know you guys purchase from us. We have your addresses, so so I feel like we kind of know you guys a little better. I mean, because we're familiar with your tastes as well, right? So you know, so and so likes glowy glass, so and so likes clear glass, so and so likes amberina glass. So we know that about you guys. I just thought this was a great way for you guys to get to know a little bit more about us and ask us questions. Almost anything you want. I'll answer anything. I don't care. I'll answer anything. But you know, if you have questions, I know. They don't get each other's spot. But if anyone has questions in the chat, please enter them in the chat, and we will get those answers. And again, I have some questions, but we will go ahead and I will bring up each individual seller so that way they can introduce themselves if you're not familiar with them. And also tell you about their channel as well and when they have sales. So let's start with Tim and Jerry. They're right on top. They're the first ones I see.
Well, alrighty then.
Hi, y'all.
How's everybody doing? Anna?
Anna. Hi, Anna. It's the Anna show. That's what it's going to be. It's the Anna show.
Anna show. And Carol, I saw Carol there, so thanks for joining us.
Yes, and all the people that are lurking. There's people lurking. They're working and they're lurking.
How many
Working and lurking.
10 people lurking.
They're lurking.
That means 8 of you are not saying a word. No, you are out there.
We see you. We
see you.
Yeah.
We're Vintage and VINO.
Yes.
We
I'm
like
Vintage, she's
VINO.
VINO.
We like our wine, and we love our vintage, and so we just grab a glass of wine and show you what we found at our antique stores. Right now, we're coming to you from our RV in Cottonwood, Arizona. We're getting ready to go on a big whirlwind trip all over the United States.
Starting in the first week of June. I think it's June the 9th we're leaving.
meeting up with resellers, meeting up with customers. If you want us to meet up with you, we're going to show you a map. Our sale tomorrow night.
We have a sale tomorrow night.
We are doing a map of where we're going and where we'll be and where we're stopping. And so if you're in the area, shoot us an email and we'll see what we can work out.
And is this Friday? Is that the first time you're doing your Friday show? I know that was new.
It is, yes. Thank you.
Tomorrow night is our very first Friday show. We'll be on at 4 p.m. Arizona time, which would be 7 p.m. Eastern time. And it's the same time frame that we were on Mondays, but we just moved to Fridays.
But we'll still be on Mondays this month.
Yeah, this
Mondays
month in May
and
will be
Fridays.
Mondays and Fridays.
Oh, okay.
Just to kind of help everybody get
adjusted
to it.
Yeah.
So.
Oh,
But then when we go on the road in June, we're not going to do the Monday sales
just do
anymore.
Friday.
We'll just do Fridays.
And then, of course, anybody that invites us to be on, will be on there. And,
Yeah, we'll have people on with us, just like before.
just like same thing.
But
Just do it from the RV.
we bought us a little booster to go in the RV, so whenever we go, we'll have plenty of power to do whatever we want to do. And
Should
So
help
it's-
us a lot. Yeah.
should be a lot of fun. Should be a lot of fun.
nice.
We're going to put up videos, continue to put up videos every
All over the country. That would be fun.
Wednesday and Saturday, or Thursday and Saturday.
Wednesday and Saturdays is where
Wednesdays
we
and
put up
Saturdays.
videos, shopping videos. Yeah.
And they'll be coming to you from all over the country. Wherever we land that week, that's where you'll be from. So.
Nice. So have y'all mapped out like, okay, we're going to be in this city on this day. Let's see what's.
Yes.
Yes. And
We
we're
have it.
showing that map in that live sale tomorrow. We're only going to sell like half of what we normally do in our live sales.
Yeah.
And then we're going to show our map and where we're going. And then we'll probably put something out in writing too, somewhere on our channel to give people an idea of the dates and the places we'll be.
Oh, that is so fun that you're going to let people travel along with you, right? So they feel like they're going
That was
along.
the whole idea, was to let people come along. Let everybody come along.
Exactly.
Oh, that is awesome. Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. And I do have Tiger's information and Tim and Jerry's information in the description of this live. So you can click on that and go subscribe to their channels as well. It's always a pleasure. Yeah, please go subscribe. Okay, I'm going to bring over. Yeah.
We're at 936.
Oh,
We only need 64 more. 64 more. Tiger gave us a shout out on whoever show he was doing on Misty's show.
Thank you, Tiger.
And it was instant, like 20 people
That helped
came
a lot,
on and signed on. Yeah.
nice.
That was nice. Thank you, Tiger.
Yeah, poor Misty had no idea, but I was like, we didn't have much time to talk beforehand, and I wasn't thinking about it. But then as soon as I saw you come into the chat, I was like, oh, I forgot something.
I hope you didn't mind.
That's okay. She wouldn't have minded.
Yeah.
I mean, Misty is so helpful and so supportive of all of us. She's really cool.
Yes. Alrighty, I'm going to bring over Tiger and let Tiger tell you about the channel, what sells. I know you had a sale today.
I sell
Yeah, you
today
had a
and
sale
sell
this
yesterday. That's why behind me is a mess with packing material and boxes and all sorts of stuff floating around that I'm working on packing up. I packed up a few boxes today, but I have a lot more to go. So it'll be a few moments until I get all that taken care of. But the plan is to have it all done by Sunday night. And I'm same way. I resell totally cool stuff that I find out there at the thrift stores and at the antique malls, and then rehome them. Actually, that's why I like to look at it. I rehome these items because they were abandoned by their old homes and kicked out of their own homes, and now we need to adopt them and rehome them so that they can live another happy life after their last life. So
Yes.
and my sales are Thursday mornings at 11 a.m. Eastern. And I only have one right now. That's pretty much all I can handle, with a few extra invitations that I get every so often. But I may eventually come up with a second one too, because it's fun. It's fun, and it's a nice excuse to go to the malls, to the antique malls, and buy totally cool stuff that you totally don't need.
Yeah, right. So here's just one question I'll just throw out off the top, just because you made me think of it. When which do you guys prefer? Do you prefer going to the antique malls, or do you prefer trying to go to like Goodwill, Salvation Army, Savers,
It all
places?
depends in my case. I mean, I go to Goodwill just because I call it Gucciville, just because I do find good stuff there at good prices sometimes, but for the majority of the stuff I find at Gucciville is not that great. A lot of it is just kind of meh. And
Yeah.
the antique malls have the nice stuff, but some of these antique malls, the prices are just outrageous. And in my case, the way my channel is right now, it's still kind of like small. I mean, it's still small. I don't have the customers to where I can pay up for items and then find them a new home and we all end up happy.
Yeah.
It's not that easy. So I'm still in between, you know, trying to find the right mix. But yeah, I check out. I also like some of these thrift stores that Tim and Jerry like the White Dove, which supports a local hospice, and we have a Humane Society one that I like to donate to. And they all take nicer stuff for donations. At least Goodwill will take all my junk that's been sitting outside for a year and gotten all weathered in Arizona.
And
So
and then turn around and charge $15.
Yeah, right.
yes,
Oh, for
Yeah.
yes, with a yard sale tag it says 50 cents on it. Mhm.
Exactly. Well, let me bring us up all like this so everybody can see us a little bit better.
sure.
But yeah,
I think, Jen, I think we prefer estate sales.
Yeah,
Out
Yeah.
here, well,
where we live.
we
Sun City
live
West.
in Sun City West. So, people are dropping like flies. So
You have the nice ones. We don't.
we're next.
What about, yeah, we can, where we live if the weather's nice, which it is kind of nice right now, we could go to probably 10 or 15 estate sales and not be more than 5 minutes from our house.
Yeah.
They're just
Oh.
that prevalent out there. I mean, there's so many of them.
And gorgeous things.
Yeah,
Absolutely
gorgeous.
wonderful stuff.
But then we go traveling. Then we go traveling like we did today, and we stopped into
An
a
antique store,
mall.
yeah.
It's a regular mall, like a Brass Armadillo, but much smaller version. And we walk out of there with like $275 worth of stuff. So,
Right? But I mean,
Wow.
we got a lot of stuff. And
Yeah.
when we averaged it out to be about $8 an item.
So that's pretty good, and we got some really
Oh,
good
yeah.
stuff. This
that
is
is,
all,
that is
Yeah.
it's all
Yeah.
primo stuff, really. I mean, I think it's like, and
We love it.
what Misty says is not all wrong. I mean, it's pretty much all right, because when you buy stuff at these places, at these antique malls, you do pay a little bit more for them, but you don't have to worry so much about having little chips here, or cracks there, or has it been
No.
repaired, has it been repaired. When you go to Goodwill, you got to look everything over with a fine-tooth comb, because you're basically getting stuff that somebody else wanted to throw away. So,
But we have done well at Goodwill's before.
Yeah, we have.
We've done
Yeah.
well there.
Yeah.
I don't push them out.
no,
It all depends. It all depends. I mean, I basically you do get nicer stuff at antique malls, but again, it's more expensive. It depends on your customer base. If you have the people who will pay the money for the items, sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. It all depends. But it's just you never know. It's one of those hit and miss things. You can hit the jackpot. I mean, I think it was at my January sale with Misty. I had one of those. I don't know. It was one of those vases, those kind of or the picture vases that had the long lip. I don't know if it was. I don't remember if it was a Blanco, or if it was Viking or something. I mean, that sucker I found at Savers. It was for like $7, and I sold it successfully to someone who was really happy. I rehomed it, so to speak. And it has a new home and new life now, and it was in great shape. It was on a top shelf at Savers, just waiting for me to, find it a new home, and I'm happy with that. So you never know.
I love that. And I'm compared to you guys, I'm super small, right? So I'm over 500, but just barely there. So I still try to find the best deal that I can, so that way I can pass that deal on to the buyer, right? So I think we all try to do that, but it's also about bringing something that they don't really get to see in other live sales. So you can hold up a fairy lamp, and every live sale you go to has 6 fairy lamps, right? So, but if you find something unique and you can got it for a good deal, you can pass that good deal on. Like me, I don't say that I'm a cheap person, but I do like a deal. It's the thrill of finding a deal.
Right.
If I go into a regular store, not looking for vintage, not sourcing, nothing like that, if I'm going to Target, I'm going to the sale rack. I'm going to see what else is there first, right?
Yeah.
Before you go pay full price for the same pair of jeans that's, whatever. But I've always been like that. But what is your favorite?
Let's say one thing real quick.
Yes, please.
Booty's in the house.
I know Helen Booty. Look at my
Hey, Helen. She was on with us just last Monday.
She's a
I know. I love me some Helen. She's very supportive as well, too. I can always count on her. So I love that. What is your favorite part about reselling or about doing the YouTube live sales? Do you have a favorite part?
It's easy on eBay, not so much work. The
Right.
fees are smaller.
Well, we're still doing eBay and Etsy and Posh and Macari as well as YouTube. So
Yeah.
Wow.
I should be, but I'm too lazy.
my favorite part, honestly,
Me too, Tiger. Me too.
Okay, what Tiger said?
I don't know. What'd you say, Tiger?
I said I should be, but I'm too lazy.
Me too.
Oh.
But because
There are 2 of us.
Yes.
You know.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, because it's a lot of work, and you don't
It's a
just
ton of
sit.
work.
You don't just sit
Well,
down and be
really-
like, okay, here's 15, 20 items and do that 2 hours. It's the behind the scenes stuff of pricing it, packing it, shipping it, invoicing it, buying it. First of all, you got to go get it, right? And then the time it takes to do all that. So there's a lot of behind the scenes thing
Sure.
going
Well,
on.
let's face it. I mean, I think most resellers would say the most fun part is the shopping. And quite honestly, I don't even pay attention to how much time I spend shopping, but I'll bet it's more than anything else.
Oh, yeah.
It takes a long time to find that perfect item that you know somebody that loves at the perfect price that you know you're going to be able to make a little profit on. So,
Yes.
yeah.
Man,
Hi, Carrie Ann. And yeah, I agree. I absolutely agree with that. The shopping is my favorite part, but I mean, you also have to be selective. I'm selective on what I get because, and I want to take my time. I don't want to be rushed. Like if I have only 15 minutes to go into this store, I'm just not going to go in the store because if I rush, I'm just going to want to buy stuff to buy it, just to have stuff. So if I take my time, then I can look each item over because I have had several times where I've bought an item and bring it up to a live sale and I notice a brooch is missing a, stone, or I notice a little chip in something that I did not notice after handling the item, looking at it 3 or 4 times in the Goodwill or Salvation Army or wherever I am, and not see it until I get it underneath these ring lights.
It happens to all of us. It's part of the deal. It's part of the business. It happens to all of us.
And sometimes she goes shopping and she comes home and she cleans it all up and everything. She puts it on sale that night or maybe the next night, and I've never seen it. Yeah. So you'll see me looking stuff over on camera.
It does that a lot.
No, wait, you can't. We got to tell her there's a chip right here. She's like,
crap.
I mean,
so,
it happens though. So Tiger, how did you come up with your channel name?
Well, because I'm not very smart and not very inventive. When I came up with it, I thought, oh wow, that's amazing. I'm the only one. There'll never be another one like that. Because I'm Tiger, and timeless. Treasures is definitely always good for a business, and timeless because I sell vintage, but occasionally I have newer items too. And then there's Cindy Timeless Treasures, and there's Tyler's Timeless Treasures. All of a sudden they pop up off everywhere. Of course, I was the first one. They all copied me, of course, of
Oh,
course.
absolutely, 100%.
But yeah, that was kind of like, yeah, that was. I mean, it's still a nice name, but looking at how common it actually is, that I didn't realize at the time. I'm a little bummed I didn't do more research, but it just came to me, and I was just like, I liked it. I love so. I could have done Tiger's Treasure Trove, but I'm sure that exists too.
There's probably like 400 of them. Well, how about you, Tim and Julie?
Before your YouTube channel, you were Tiger Purple.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you didn't
Exactly. That was my personal channel, but that's not really a business name. I can't name my business Tiger Purple with 3 R's. I could, but
well, we have our actual business name is called DH Shopper LLC, and then we do separate businesses off of that. We do DBA Vinny's Vault.etsy.com, and then we do Vintage Vinny's at eBay, and then we do
our regular
Vintage and Vino YouTube. But those are all DBAs of our main corporate
of DH Shopper.
DH Shopper.
You know what DH
You know
Shopper
what
is?
DH
What do you keep track?
You know what DH Shopper stands for? We were sitting in the living room one morning, and we were saying we need to figure out a name for this business and make it like a parent company name, so we could do other businesses off of it. And so I said, how about, what do we shop for? And Jerry said, weird stuff, trinkets and all that. And
Weird stuff, yeah.
I said, like a dingle hopper? So DH Shopper stands for Dingle Hopper Shopper.
Yep.
Dingle Hopper. I like that.
That is awesome. Well, my answer, I'm kind of like Tiger. I'm not creative at all. So mine's a version of my first name and last name. That's it. And I've had Jen Eads. I mean, ever since y'all remember like Yahoo Chat?
Oh my
yeah,
God.
yeah, that's a long ways back.
That's about how long I've had that. About how long I've had the email too. So I'm like, why fix it? I wouldn't be able to remember anything different. Yeah. And I'm not that creative.
The last name that it works well.
Yeah. But that's always been it. So do you guys in the chat have any questions for us? Do you have any questions you're dying to know about Tiger or Terry or Jerry and Tim? I want to say Terry. I always do that. Tim and Jerry.
I was going to say Tom and Jerry.
Hey.
Tom and Jerry.
Yeah. Hey, Jen, it's right here.
Oh, all I got to do is read. It's like, hello, just read. Well, while we're waiting for a question, I will go ahead and ask another question. What do you guys collect? Do you have a collection? Most resellers collect something. Do you have a collection or collections? Tiger, I see your cabinet behind you. You got some cool stuff.
We have to ask. Doesn't the whole YouTube world know what I collect?
I know. They probably do. They probably do.
If it ain't purple, I ain't buying it.
It ain't broke.
She said, Tiger said, if it ain't purple, I ain't buying it.
Oh, it ain't purple. Oh, okay.
It ain't purple. Yeah.
And art, right? Look at all the art on your walls.
Yeah.
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 We,
I do like
the
art.
YouTube name Vintage and Vino, and we really don't want to go to the whole problem of buying a beverage license, an alcohol liquor license. So we can't sell vino. So we try to stick to vintage as much as we possibly can. But sometimes there's an item or two that come up and we'll go, wow, that's just awesome. We got to have that. We got to try to sell that. So every now and then, or we will buy some newer stuff to put it on eBay, or we'll buy something that may be handmade and worth a fortune and we'll put it on Etsy. So, that type of thing.
I collect head vases
Yes.
and wine stuffers.
Well, just about everything we buy, she collects.
That's not true.
Well, you foster almost.
I foster many things.
It goes on our shelves
I
at
am
home.
not a hoarder.
No, it goes on our shelves at home, but then it goes into inventory.
Yeah.
So
Nice.
we try to stick to vintage as much as possible. Yeah.
Yeah, me too. But I mean, I'm like you guys too in that way, because if I see something cool, I'm like, wow, that is super cool. It may be newer, but it's still cool. I had a cat, but it looked like, and it was a figurine. It was pretty large, and it had a block look to it. Kind of like you remember the '80s, how everything was like blocky and pink and blue, but it was pure white. Still don't know how old it was. I still think it was newer, but I ended up picking that up, and that was one of the biggest sale prices, that sale that I had. So we do have a question from Helen. When did you all start on YouTube?
Way to go, Helen.
Right, Helen. We started in February of last year.
Yeah.
That's it?
Yeah, we've been about, what is this, March, April, May? 15, 16 months. And
Wow.
we're close. We're real close to that first goal. Well, actually, it's our second goal.
Yeah,
Our first goal was
of course,
500.
500. Yeah.
We wanted to get to 500. So we had a big sale, or not a sale, but a big party type thing on our channel the day we got to 500.
Yeah.
And then what's so funny is once we hit 500, it was like before the next sale came out, we hit 600. It was like, oh my God.
But then it slowed down.
Then it
slows
slowed down a lot. Yeah. So but yeah, we've been going on YouTube for just about 16 months. Now we've been doing the Etsy, and Etsy's the oldest. We've been doing it about 8 years, and eBay's been about 7.
Yeah, we have been reselling for a long time.
We have been reselling for quite a while.
Yeah.
And at one point we had a booth down at one of the Brass Armadillos, and that was short-lived because we just didn't like the way they did business mostly. You had to have a sale. When they told you to have a sale, you had to accept any discounts that they offered for any holidays, and all that kind of stuff. It was very very demanding, and they didn't get that much foot traffic, so we decided we wanted to get them across. But other people have had booths and been very successful with them, and I don't fault them. It's just for us, it just didn't work.
I think, Tiger, you had a booth, right? But do you still have a case?
No, not right now. I was thinking about getting one again, but not right now. I had a couple of cases. I had a booth, and I was in 2 different malls.
Yeah.
But it wasn't that successful. I mean, it was kind of fun to take care of it, but it's just not worth it by the time we pay all the fees. It's just too expensive.
I find that a lot of YouTubers have a booth more to use as storage than to make money.
Yeah.
You can write it off, and it's someplace to put it, and hey, you might sell something.
So listen, look at Helen. Vintage and VINO, who's been your favorite guest within the last week?
Helen.
Helen, of course it was you.
Of course, Helen.
Helen,
that's last week.
That's only because I wasn't on with them last week. So we have another question. What's something you can't source in your area that you wish you could?
We went in this antique mall today, and being the location up here in Cottonwood, I told Jerry, I said, we're going to find a fairy lamp today.
Or some lucite.
Or some lucite candles. We're going to find those today.
We've never found them in Arizona.
Every booth and nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Have you found them, Tiger, in Arizona?
Fairy
I
lamps.
have found fairy lamps, yeah. I haven't found lucite candles.
I think
I got those other ones, those the what are the aluminum ones with a
the mercury glass?
The aluminum ones, are they gas can or something, or what is it called?
Oh, yeah,
Those weird ones. I found those, but they're not nearly as nice.
You put something in them, like a fluid. Is that the one you're talking
about? Yeah, like you fill them up with like butane or something.
Yeah, those butane. Yeah, those.
Yeah,
I got those.
I've never found those either.
Lucite lucite candles would be my answer. I never. So does that mean you found them? You found lucite candles at a fairy lamp today?
No, we didn't find them.
Oh,
I thought we would, but we didn't. Didn't find one.
I have some just because I bought some from a reseller, and I bought some on eBay.
Yeah.
But I've never found them in the wild.
Yeah. So we have. What would be your answer, Tiger? I
don't remember, but I know I had my first live sale on almost 2 years ago. So it's
2
been a
years.
while. It was in
Oh.
July. It was in July of with Cindy.
Oh, Mimi's Treasure.
Mimi's Treasure Cottage.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my first live sale. And that
Well,
was cool.
I've only been on YouTube 7 months, so I'm a new girl. So we have another question from Ancestral Beginnings. For someone thinking of reselling on YouTube, do you have any advice?
Build up your channel. Build up your channel.
Exactly.
Build up your customers, your friends. Yeah.
Content. Go out and do some shopping videos. Put those up. Like Tiger said, use that to build your channel, get your name out there, get known. We did our very first live sale, and we sold we had 20 items ready to go, and we were going to set the world on fire, and we sold 2 items.
It's just be patient.
Yeah,
it's a slow process.
It is a slow process, and when we first started, we had several of the larger channels tell us, be patient. It's going to take you probably 16, 18 months, maybe even 2 years.
Yes.
And they were right. It's, we've been 16 months at it, a little bit, and we're still a little ways from hitting 1,000, which is our second goal. But yeah, it's not something and trust me, if you're doing it to make a living, you better be able to do it full time, because you can't do all of this in 15, 20 hours a week.
Jen works.
Jerry, I know. She's doing a great job, but I imagine she's up pretty late at night some nights. Too,
Yeah.
Because you've got to.
And hang out in chats. Watch other sales so you learn about the sales in general, but also hang out in the chats and make sure people get to know you. People get to know your name, your letters.
Right. Be yourself.
Yes. So that's what I was going to add, because I've only been doing this 7 months, but I do 6 sales a week. I've done that all month long, 6 sales a week. So what I feel like for me, what helped me and helped my channel is, number one, consistency. I'm consistent. I have sales at the exact same time every day. Well, when I have sales, they're at the exact same time. So be consistent. The second one is content. I upload videos almost daily, so I have to keep those videos coming, and be gentle with yourself. Don't feel like you have to do everything in the first 2 seconds. And I had to learn to slow down, because I'm a fast talker anyway, and I feel like I do still talk super fast, but I've had to slow down a little bit just so. But being in the chats, that absolutely helped me. It helped me get on Tim and Jerry's channel. I was in their chats. And then I reached out, because I'm not afraid of a no. So I will reach out to anyone. No does not bother me. So I reached out. They said yes. I was like, okay, but that's probably because they were a little familiar with me, because they had seen me in their chats, or they had seen me in other chats, or whatever. And that's probably how most of the people that I reached out to, that's probably helped. That probably helped, because they saw me in their chats. So, to slow the road.
And just do it. A lot of people just sit back and wait and go, I don't know when the best time is. Just do it.
There's no best time. There's no best time on days. There's always, and remember this, because I tell myself this all the time. I may have one sale and make $300. I may have another sale and make $40. It's not, that's just the way it is, because it all depends on who's in your chat, what items you have, what, stuff. But I know that some new sellers have waited and waited and waited and waited, trying to figure out the best day to do a sale, the best time to do a sale. You're never going to find that, ever. There are 700 live sales a day, if not more, every day, no matter what time of day, on YouTube. So that's why I say be consistent, because if I'm on every Monday at 5:30 p.m. Central, after a few weeks, people are going to notice, hey, she's on every Monday, 5:30 p.m. Central, and then that just keeps it going. You know what I mean? Does that make sense?
That's why I get up early on Thursdays now. I could have stayed at 9 o'clock here, and that would have been noon over there on the right-hand side of the
Yeah.
country. But I figured people are used to me coming on at 11, so I come on at 11. When it comes to those things, I just live in Eastern time, even though it's rough. But someone's got to do it. Hey,
Well,
and
and I
also be patient. It's not gonna. It's like, just like Tim and Jerry said.
Yeah.
You're not gonna sell a lot of stuff right away. I also start with those recorded sales, or what I don't know, they call them static sales or drop sales. They have so many weird words for it that I do not make any sense to me. I just call them recorded sales, and as opposed to live sales,
Yeah.
pre-recorded. I just pop them out there. I've been wanting to do them again. I've just been so busy. I've been trying to do that same thing, get a schedule. I tried to schedule my videos, and I promptly scheduled the wrong videos at the wrong time, and I got emails. What, your sales tomorrow? What is going on? No, that was the wrong video. That was supposed to be Wednesday's video. So I'm just giving up on being organized, and I just gotta do it somehow.
Well, my thing is, because I'm still working full time, 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. Saturdays are my days where I do all my videos, and my people know this. My people, my followers know this. I have to sit down on Saturday and I do 4 or 5 videos in a row, but I don't edit either. What you see is what you get. So the way I am live is the way I am in my recorded sales. It's the way I am if you meet me on Main Street. I'm still the same.
Yeah.
So that's why I don't. I don't know how to edit. B,
Exactly. Same here.
I just want to be authentic. It's I just feel like people respect that, because if you come on here, if you start off, if you're a new seller, you have some weird funky voice, or you have some shtick or whatever, that's going to get old. You're not going to keep that up for 2 years, 3 years.
Yeah,
4
I mean, like I said, Tiger's treasures. I'm not the smartest. Editing is way above my pay grade. I cannot figure it out. So half of my videos, the live ones, it's like, if I have a conversation with someone for half an hour in between shopping, I either don't show the video at all, or everybody has to listen to
Yeah.
someone's conversation that they don't care about. But
True.
There's 2 of us, so we have to edit because we're talking to each other, and we've been a couple for 40 God knows how many years. So there are some things you don't want to know.
I bet there's some people that want to know. I bet there
No.
is.
Quite honestly, the only thing I edit out is the boring stuff. If we're looking at a flipping shelf for 5 minutes and not picking anything up, it gets a little boring.
Oh,
So
yeah.
I will edit that out. I only edit our shopping videos.
And when
anything else.
when I'm shooting the videos, she edits out a lot of things like her butt and her back, the back of her back, and the floor when I forget to turn it off.
Forget to turn off. Yeah. If I couldn't edit, it would just be ugly.
Yeah, well, if I knew how to, I probably would, but that's just something I'm like, because also on Saturdays, that's whenever I pick for my sales for the week. So I put them all in individual boxes, price them, put my cards in there and stuff like that. Because if I didn't do that, because I still have a full-time job, I would not. I would go crazy.
It takes a long time to edit. If you can get by without editing, go for it, because it'll take me a half day to edit an entire video.
Well, I figure people, if watching right now, I'm tripping over my words. I trip over my words. I do it all the time. It's only, I do it in videos too. So
and we don't edit that stuff out. We do some silly stuff, and we'll just leave that in. But yeah,
I like this silly stuff though. I like this silly stuff.
Today.
So what is how do you? One of my questions is, and I actually just had this recently happen to me, so I want to see what you guys do. How do you handle if somebody posts like a negative comment on your video, or if they send you a negative email? I've only had one person do that, but how do you?
Well, it depends.
Has that happened?
It depends on the comment on the email. Depends on how it is phrased, how it is worded, and who it comes from. If it's if it's someone that you've never seen anywhere before, who, if you have reason to believe it's a troll, and if they're really rude and start throwing foul language at you, that's one thing. If it's a customer who or a person who you've seen in a chat, or even if you haven't seen him in a chat, if they're bringing up a point respectfully, even if it's negative, then I've had that happen. No problem. I reply. I apologize if I made a mistake. I make lots of mistakes. Everybody who watches me knows that, and I don't have a problem apologizing if I make a mistake. It's just the way it is. We're humans. But it depends. To me, it depends on the case. There is no one blanket answer.
Well, in my case, I just kind of took it as feedback and said, thank you so much. I appreciate your feedback, because everybody has an opinion. Just because, this person may do stuff this way doesn't mean it's all cookie cutter. We all have separate businesses. So we all run our businesses, a little different.
You comment about how you're so rough with everything. You slam your things down and that kind of thing. I know Danny gets those. We've gotten one or two of those.
Oh, really?
We're rough with it. Yeah.
Comment. Are you talking about comments from your content videos, or comments on the?
If somebody just comments on a video, or if they send you an email.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what we've gotten.
Yeah. It's to me, it's all in how you handle it. I mean, you can take in a little bit to what Tiger said. If it's really abrupt and quite rude, then it's hard to be graceful in that situation. And a lot of times I just ignore those, because there's no sense in getting into a big battle over something that really isn't going to, in the long run, it's not going to matter anyway, But,
right. And if someone feels a certain way, you're not going to change their mind anyway. Mine was actually concerning my shipping, because I ship right after a sale, I package, I box everything. I ship an invoice within 24 hours. And that was too fast. That was too fast for them. And I get that.
Wow.
I mean, I get it. I get it.
Never heard that before.
Right. I'm like, thank you. I need my stuff. if I'm buying something, I want my stuff. I want my stuff quick. But for some people, they're used to a different way, right? Because some resellers may only invoice once a week. Some may invoice every 3 days. Some may invoice whenever. But that's really the only thing that I've come across so far. Knock on wood. So I shake my whole table. Thank God my camera didn't fall off. But that's the only thing, was just that my shipping, I was too fast. I was too fast at doing it. But in my defense, I sound like a broken record, but I work full time. So I have to do it when I'm at home, right? And then having 5 or 6 sales a week, you only have a small window to get this stuff shipped out, schedule your UPS pick or USPS pickup, and do everything else that goes into that.
We invoiced within 24 hours of the end of the sale, and then once they paid their invoice, I tell everybody at our sales that we will have it to the post office within 48 hours after you've paid the invoice. I'm going to the post office nearly every day.
Or having stuff picked up.
Some days I'll have 10 or 15 or 20 items, and some days I may be just going for one, because that one person, whoever it might have been, didn't pay right on time, and they paid 3 or 4 days later. So now I'm wrapping it up and taking that to the post office. But that's the rule I made, and that's what I do now.
It's just a matter of people knowing your policies, really.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. And I think even though I do say that at every sale, I invoice within 24 hours, ship with whatever, I don't know if it's something that, I guess what I'm asking is do you reiterate your procedures throughout your sale, or do you just say it once in the beginning and
just
hope everybody got it?
Just once, but we do have it. Of course, we've got it written down there, but I'm not in our description. But like Tiger said this morning, I'm not sure anybody reads those. They're there.
I feel like that too. So that's why whenever I do have a guest and I put their links in the description, which by the way, guys, the links to Tim and Jerry's Vintage and Vino's channel is in the comments or is in the description of this video, and also Tiger Timeless Treasures is in there as well. So please, please, please go like and subscribe to them as well. So I try to keep this about an hour. We're at 55 minutes. So let's see. Okay, we have a question.
Alice had a question. Yep, there you go.
Have you ever had two people in chat argue with each other? I don't think so.
No, I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Well, we have friendly chats.
We did one time.
We may have a bot who kicks people out without a reason, but then we don't have actual people arguing.
He had a bot this morning that was being very annoying, huh?
Yeah. But that's been taken care of.
Yeah.
We had somebody a couple months ago. They were arguing back and forth, but it was kind of a pleasant argument because they were saying, "No, you take the item. No, I don't. You wanted it. You take it."
That happened this morning as well,
and then nobody wanted it.
Yeah. It's an awesome community.
Yeah.
It just is. That they'll go, "Oh no, you take it." Wow.
Yeah. And you see that in almost every sale, somebody doing that. Yeah. And I love that. And I love that, especially for the newer people coming in, and I consider myself newer coming in, all of the help and the advice that I've gotten from other resellers, I really listen to it and say, yes, okay, I'll try that. Just like on my channel, you have to be subscribed for 1 minute before you can chat to keep out the bots and spammers and stuff like that. And I got that from Trisha. Trisha was like, because they were going hard on her channel for a little bit. Yeah. So hello, B. So good to see you. But I take bits and pieces from others' advice because it really does help. I haven't had any issues since I put that in place. And you were talking about that this morning, weren't you, Tiger?
No, I don't do that. I was thinking about doing, but it's way too much hassle for me to figure that out and to set that every time, especially when you have to set it every time. Oh gosh. No, I had the bot it's actually a helpful program, but it was the first time I used it and I didn't know that it had some default settings that it was automatically kicking out people who were using all caps and who were using emojis and who were using too many repetitions and stuff like that. I've looked at it now since, and I found the settings and turned them off because a lot of channels use those bots. They have those rules. They don't want people to use emojis. They don't want people to use all caps. And that's what that bot was set that way. I just never saw that it had that setting until we found out the hard way, and some of my best friends got timed out for 600 seconds.
Oh no!
Not even 300, but 600. Because they were saying hello and using an emoji. It's but it's a little bit
really people that don't like you to use an emoji. That's awful. Yeah.
I am in some channels where in a live chat because it's so busy. There's so much going on. They don't want you to use any of that stuff.
I didn't know that.
And there's also a time delay, which doesn't work for us because with the sales we have to get people to put in their numbers, but there is a slow motion if you have one of those channels that has a lot going on and that is not time that you can only post once per minute. So there are all sorts of different things.
Oh wow!
I learned something.
Well, in a programmer's world, most of the people, like when they're programming a program for like you're saying, to find bots or whatever, all caps language is generally categorized as aggressive. So if a computer is looking at all caps, it's thinking, oh, this is an aggressive statement, and it's probably going to boot them out.
Exactly. That's where that comes from, and that's why a lot of channels that have a lot of chat going on, especially those channels who have like 100,000 subscribers, and then they have 2,000 people in chat all talking.
Yeah.
That's a different thing, but I mean, with our sales, it's or like here in these question answer situations, it helps if you can type all caps. That way, there you're seen better. Or like in
You'll see
Danny's
their
channel where all the
questions.
mods are supposed to type all caps so that Danny can see it and she,
Yeah.
and it doesn't get lost in all the chatter and the rest of the chatter. So, there's different ways to do it. You just got to know how to
I
do it.
wished we could make the mods whole statement a different color. You know how you can
Yeah.
have a wrench and they're
Yeah.
blue? If we could make their whole statement blue, that would be so helpful.
No, that depends on the color though, because it's it depends on your background color too. I have seen I go with dark theme all the time because my eyes like that better. But I have seen instances sometimes I cannot see some words very easily because and it's the same thing on white. If you have a light color, a light gray or something, but there's no one way to do things. There's
Yeah.
always.
That's true. But I do agree it would help if they were highlighted some way. So that way you catch
Yeah.
you catch it out of your peripheral whenever
Catch
you're
it real quick. Yes.
Yeah, because whenever you're selling, you're so focused, right, on that item or
Yep.
describing the item or anything like that. But all right, well, guys, do y'all have any more questions for us? Hi, Harry.
Hi, y'all.
Listing challenge. Oh, what are y'all talking about? Oh, they're talking about the weather, looking like crazy rain and stuff.
Oh, Lord.
What
I
rain?
enjoyed watching Misty.
Tiger.
The Resellers. That was kind of fun.
I would love to have some rain. My grass is yellow.
Oh,
Y'all aren't even that hot yet, are you?
Yeah.
Are you?
90s.
no. We're supposed to get
Well,
our
it's not
first.
that hot yet, but for some people, 90s is already, oh my God, where's my AC? I need to move. I need to get out of here.
We
You should have seen me when I first
person
moved to
in the
Colorado,
triple
and I moved in August, and it was in the 80s, and everyone was bitching about how hot it was, and I was like, I just came from Arizona where it's 110, 115. 80s
Yeah.
is perfect.
Right? Right? Alrighty, guys. Well, we are over an hour. I like to keep it short and sweet. I appreciate you guys coming. I don't like to take up so much more of these guys' time because I know they're busy, and I have had a busy last couple of weeks. But thank you so much, Tim and Jerry, for joining me, and thank you,
Thanks for
Tiger.
inviting us.
Thank
No,
you, Jen.
thank you, Tiger, for jumping on the chance to come on the show. I really appreciate you guys.
Thank you for inviting.
No, I'm so happy and honored. But I hope you guys have a great evening in chat. If you have any questions, just reach out. If you have a specific question, just reach out either to Tiger or to Tim and Jerry. And again, please go and subscribe to their channels that are listed below. We hope you had fun. We hope you learned a little bit about us. And we'll see you on the next one.